because of that. Keep your eye also on a lot of fouls off the ball, because that's where officials want to clean a lot of this physicality is off the ball.
They got Stewart on Banchero. LeVert was on Suggs. Banchero, a 15-footer is pure.
Middle of the no hesitation, receiving that pocket pass. I love the play coming out the timeout by Coach Mosley.
For the Pistons, Paul Reed in for the first time. Here's Cunningham and Duncan and Reed in the corner. A reliable backup center. De Silva's got through 10 field goals, now 11 for 11 in that category. Barreling down that baseline, they have Black. In the corner, Suggs 3. Knocked out by Stewart, right back to Banchero. Robinson will meet him. De Silva, the fake, the drive. He'll go in the paint with a floater on the far.
First, they've been able to take advantage of. Now, that time, Stewart tried to kick it out and get it to one of his teammates, but it landed in the hand of Banchero.
It's LeVert. He'll uncork from 3. Rebound nicely snared there by Duncan. Sets, fires 3. No. Rebound Reed, but he got it right out, and Orlando's got it. De Silva in the. Duncan Robinson just picked up his second personal foul. And here we go with Banchero. Stewart will defend. He'll make a move, barreling his way into the paint. He'll put up that short-range shot. Rebound inside. Got it to go, and an 8-0 run for the Magic. Oh, good find, Reed. Now they quickly clamp on him. Batadze slapping at the ball.
That time, arms came down.
Batadze picks up number 1. It's back to Robinson now. Cade Cunningham, 5th-year player, Oklahoma State. High school basketball here in Florida. Drives inside. A lot of contact. Rebound Reed. He's coming and made an imprint. Little shot. This has been a grisly series.
Yeah, but it's old school basketball with a little new school flair, so to speak.
Black 3. Batadze again. Vacuums it in and puts it down.
Well, here we go. Old school basketball off an errant shot. Batadze able to use that big body and that size at 6'10" to fill up the bucket once again.
Batadze, 6 points and 5 rebounds. Here's Cunningham. He'll go into Banchero, the 2 former #1 overall picks. Batadze had a hand on it and on Reed, and it was number 1.
Well, the advantage with Orlando is this: when you get those switches outside of Desmond Bane on Cunningham, you have size. Not just having Franz Wagner in the lineup for offense is critical. It's his switchability at 6'10" to not only guard Cunningham, but if he gets switched on Duren inside the post.
Stewart and Reed check out. Duren is back in with Tobias Harris. Suggs driving hard into the paint. It's a rebound. Coming the other way. They've missed 7 of the last 8 shots. Harris back in. He was off to a good start, including a 3. Driving on Wendell Carter. Rebound, Duren, no. Cleaned it up, Suggs the rebound. Flying down court, Black, wow!
Can do for you, which is get down the court, receive the pass, identify where the opening is at. That's one dribble, Kevin, to get to the basket.
A couple nights ago, he did start about half the games this season, mainly because of the injuries to Franz Wagner. And he'll douse that one. It's a 13. If they win the series. Facing elimination, Detroit, the #1 seed in the East. On a 60-win season, Duren twirls and goes in, clamped. Rebound collected it. Step back 3, Banchero, no. It was a Duren touch. Robinson fetched it, and a whistle. Is it a school, then went to the University of Michigan, eventually worked his way to a Final Four, a nice career and big contract with Miami, now a Piston.
I got a chance to cover him, his career at Michigan, and how he's grown so much as a player, and you saw that same progression once he got to the NBA.
It's a 15-2 run by the Magic. These are the NBA playoffs. On point Orlando lead. Orlando is 10-0 points in the paint over the Pistons. The Pistons were the #1 team in the regular, but so far it's 10-0 this quarter with Orlando scoring in the lane. Shot clock at 5. Harris over Banchero, short, nice.
You talk about in the paint, not conventional post-ups for the Magic, but in transition, second shots, drive to the basket, drop-offs. That's how you're able to dominate inside.
Orlando's on a 15-2 run. Pickpocketed and then retrieved by Suggs. He'll trudge his way to a position and fire a 3. 18-2 Orlando run. Pistons have missed 11 of the last 12, and that's a nice shot by Cunningham. Had to clear his way for his 6 points.
But the challenge you have when you're the Pistons is that who else can really create off the dribble for you like this for Orlando?
My goodness.
Like beats you off the dribble. And the challenge with the Pistons, like I said, you don't have the plethora of guys that can return that favor.
3, Harris, no. Rebound, Suggs, each end. The Pistons have missed 12 of their last 13. Outside, it's a 3. Good! (24-4) Orlando run. It's Duran. Driving Robinson. Driving Harris across the lane and off the glass.
To the next, now you're able to drive the closeout. Harris picking up where he left off at the beginning of the game, getting 2 feet in the paint and scoring.
It's Banchero and Harris there. 5.5 in the half. Carter, Duran comes out, the collision and the foul.
Bane able to get it, but then you get a paint touch inside. Because you've been successful, you score, attract the man. Of course, you're going to allow Wendell Carter to shoot that, but that time able to knock it in.
Errant pass looking for King.
Not just their own offense, but offense for their teammates, and then beat you off the dribble. He caused a lot of problems. The reason why this team was picked highly at the beginning of the season because of his offensive versatility.
Jamal Cain just picked up his second personal. 50% in the first quarter. Orlando at 56 for the game, down to 40% for the Pistons. It's Cunningham for 2. Thompson the rebound offensively. Cunningham again. Banchero in his way, and he drives with the left-handed 2.
I love it. Body. But the Pistons able to benefit that time off their own offensive rebound.
Oh, look at that move by Suggs inside, the collision into Robinson. He had the crossover, had the open.
After the Pistons were able to score. So the drive was presented because the back line of the defense wasn't in place because of that quick push, despite giving up the basket.
For more in these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. But with Minnesota beating Denver,
yes,
that kind of changed the landscape with Suggs at the line, and he gets the back end.
I mean, how about that Philadelphia?
Green is in, Jenkins back in. Black has come back in for the Magic. Robinson is left, Cunningham is left, Banchero is on the bench. And they go back to Tristan da Silva. He'll replace Suggs. Far, Jenkins has it.
Critical next couple of minutes for this second unit for Detroit to kind of get something going, to see if they can cut into this lead before their starters kind of re-enter the game.
It's Harris. And defended down low. Black couldn't.